Don't be afraid of poems. Poems are great on the SAT because we know we don't need to understand everything to get them right. So let's just see what this one says. It's from this poem called Eternity. My spirit swoons and all my senses cry for ocean's breast and covering of the sky. Rock me to sleep, ye waves, and outward bound. Just let me drift far out from toil and care, where lapping of the waves shall be the sound, which mingled with the winds that gently bear me on between a peaceful sea and sky to make a soothing slumberous lullaby. Well, I mean, lots of repeated ideas, right? So rock me to sleep, soothing lullaby, gently, peaceful. I don't know, it seems pretty positive. Let's see what we get here. A, so what's the main purpose? A, to illustrate the increasing intensity of the speaker's desire to escape ongoing hardship by gliding on the ocean. I mean, that sounds pretty negative to me. Ongoing hardship? Where's the hardship? Okay, there's maybe this little piece here, toil and care. Just let me drift far out from toil and care. Maybe. Okay, let's keep it. It is intense, right? And escaping ongoing hardship would be kind of a double negative, so maybe that works. Okay. B, to contrast the demands of the speaker's everyday life with the serenity of being rocked to sleep by the ocean. Well, where does it talk about the speaker's everyday life? Again, the toil and care thing would be doing a lot of work here. I don't think that that's necessarily their everyday life either, right? It just says toil and care. It doesn't say that that's like kind of what they do every day. So I don't love that. If I were contrasting A and B, both of them kind of are going to rely on this toil and care piece, but I think B also needs something else, right? The everyday life part requires it to say something about time, basically, right? If something happens every day, you're bringing in the concept of time. Where is that really in this passage that this is something that happens again and again and again? I just don't see that. So let's get rid of B. C, to convey the speaker's longing for the ocean to impart a sense of inner tranquility. Well, I certainly like that that's positive. It has the tranquility piece. Tranquility is calmness. So that seems pretty good. But notice it doesn't bring in that ongoing hardship piece. It doesn't have that negativity with it. I kind of sense a lot more positive in the poem than negative. So I really like that. Well, let's look at D. To justify the speaker's qualms about being transported by the ocean to a quiet destination. This might be a case where you just need to know words. A qualm is kind of like a misgiving. It's something that you are worried about. So let's just say worries, right? To justify the speaker's worries about being transported by the ocean to a quiet destination. No, the speaker wants to be transported by the ocean to a quiet destination. They're not worried about it. That's what they want. They're talking about how good it's going to be. So honestly, at this point, if it were between A and C, I would pick C because dumb summary wise, this is about being calm and tranquil and all those things. And so why fight it? Why bring in this other thing that A is talking about, this ongoing hardship? Again, ongoing is introducing the idea of time. If we're really resting A or B on this idea of toil and care, that's maybe the idea of hardship, but where's the idea of it being ongoing? Where's the idea of it being an everyday thing? I just don't see it. Maybe I'm missing something, but I just don't see this idea that this is this constant toil that this person is suffering from. It's just not there. And that's a strong word. That's a strong idea. That's an important relationship, the relationship of time that we need to bring in. And it's just not there. So C fits my dumb summary much more easily. It's a great example of why dumb summaries are useful, is it prevents us from like twisting the words in the passage to fit an answer choice that we might like for other reasons. Maybe you are interested in a poem about escaping the toil of SAT prep. I get it, trust me, but that's just not what it says. And so we really want this kind of dumber version to be our guide. And then when we are comparing the choices, if there's something that stands out and makes two choices different that are otherwise similar, then we can kind of focus on that piece. Here, I really just think it's obvious. Like A is a much more negative kind of connotation. C is a much more positive one. This passage feels much more positive. Go with that. And is there anything in C that could be wrong? I mean, are they longing for something? Even the first line, my spirit swoons, all my senses cry. That means that they want something really, really badly, right? So that's longing, that's desiring it. They talk about the ocean, obviously, to impart a sense of inner tranquility. Well, yeah, peaceful, gently, soothing, rock me to sleep. All of these words, this idea of tranquility keeps coming up. So maybe we're getting this wrong because we don't know words like tranquility. We don't know words like qualms. Maybe ongoing doesn't stand out as being a particularly important word to you, but that's why you got to study vocabulary. Is I think that those words are pretty important for this, and notice that they're words that are showing up in the choices, not words that are showing up in the passage. And I think that's an important thing to remember with any poem question, but really any passage question, is most of the time if you don't understand everything that's going on in the passage, that's okay. Let the choices give you things to care about, then go looking for them in the passage. I just don't see anything about ongoing hardship, so this is an easy choice C for me.